The video that I'm about to show you, in the interest of full disclosure, is a friend of mine. Her name is Ebony K. Williams. She's worked in media for quite a long time. I believe she's a lawyer by trade. Highly.
So brothers, I don't know what video he's about to play, but we about to hear, because if it's Ebony K. Williams, I might have seen the video that Ebony K. Williams did. So we about to see what's really going on. Let's see what's going on.
Highly intelligent, very beautiful woman inside and out. I've known her for years. And she used to work on Fox News. She's an author. She's done a lot of great things throughout the years. And when she opens her mouth, I think she's somebody that people need to listen to because she has things to say. And she is far from ignorant, highly intelligent, brilliant, I might add, in so many different ways. And I have so much respect for her. But she said something on social media that I felt the need to address.
So before Stephen A. Smith addresses what she's about to say, I want y'all to understand something with Ebony K. Williams real quick. She's 40 years old, either 40 or 41 years old. She's been married. She filed for divorce because she wanted to get her career going because she felt that the guy was holding her back. And now she regrets it because she put her career first. And by the way, she has no children. She's the same person talking about telling other younger women to freeze their eggs. But I'm gonna just say this, that y'all women that want to freeze y'all eggs, y'all might want to find out how much all that costs. She has spoken about that, but I'm not gonna get into all that. Most of y'all women, I know for a fact, can't even afford it. And that's just freezing one egg. But let's go ahead and continue.
Because, as we all know, it's basically being said that black women should be looking for their wedding rings. Now, I bring up black women in particular because this video is from the Shade Room. I believe that's where Ebony Williams posted it. And that's a website that's inundated with black folks, specifically for the most part, females, with a lot of different videos, issues, perspectives, takes, etc. And my nephew just tipped me off to it. And I remember I took something from them last week, and I said, listen, any week I find something from the Shade Room that I like, I'm going to bring that up because guess what?
By the way, I'm gonna have to start looking into the videos of the Shade Room. I might have to start pulling up videos and reacting to that too. But let's continue.
I'm a man, and I was raised by five black women, the greatest mother that I think has ever existed, and four older sisters who I love dearly. Not to mention, I got about 9 nieces. So I've been surrounded by black women all my life. 90 of my 100 living relatives, as of a few years ago, were women. Needless to say, I've dated a lot throughout my life. So, women have been an integral part of my life for quite a long time. Pretty much my entire life, in one capacity or another. Having said that, I wanted to play this video, and I'm going to tell you, I beg your indulgence. The video is 2 minutes long, but it's worth listening to by women and by men, even beyond the black community, but especially in the black community. This is what Ebony Williams, my buddy, had to say as it pertains to black women and how they should be looking for their wedding rings at the same time as getting their college degrees. Don't wait till you're 30 or 40. Get it in your 20s while you're in college. That's what Ebony Williams is saying. If you don't believe me, listen up.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, The reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard
With the
today,
stats.
on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student.
I did say that earlier, so I was correct. That's very interesting. But why are black men not really going to college? Again, it costs a lot of money to go to college. So we're taking the alternative route. There are brothers that are going to be there are brothers that are joining the military. So you got that, which is not very high anyway. Only 1% of Americans actually join the military. So we already know where that a lot of brothers are not joining the military. They used to, like back in the 80s and 90s, there were a lot of black men that would join the military, but not anymore. It is gone down a lot. You have also brothers that are going into these technical skills. They're going to they're going to college, technical colleges. So they're going to be plumbers, they're going to be mechanics, they're going to be carpenters, etc. So again, that's false when black men go 6% less than black women. Wait, did I say something wrong? Oh, it was proven wrong? Okay. They go 6% less than black women? All right, we're gonna have to talk about that. But again, brothers, these when and I'm not mad, I'm not again, I don't even think that we should be going to college like that. If you can, because a lot of brothers are going into the workforce for a reason. They just want to just to start working and making money. That's all they really want to do, and they're gonna find any way to do it. But let's go ahead and continue.
Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, with that study, black women go to college at 30 to 31%. Black men go at 25 to 24%. So black men and black women, all races of men, women are going to college more. So it's not just black men. And
Hmm.
all races of men end up making financially more than women. So that just goes to show that it's not just black men. All races of men, the women are going to college for more degrees on
Hmm.
average. Black men is only a 6%. They're still going to college, bro. It's not that much of a that's been a lie for like almost 40 years now that black men are just not going to school. It's only a 6%, but because of the things you mentioned, they
Hmm.
go for more or less trades. They do other avenues, entrepreneurship, but they're not going that much less than black women.
So let me ask
And
you.
when they do go to college, they find things that are more beneficial for their financial future than black women. Black women will go to college and have 5 different things, and that's why they're in debt so high because they switch majors all the time.
Mm,
So that's been proven wrong. All races of women go to college more than the counterpart, but all races of men make more than the women. So it doesn't matter. Black men make more money on average than black women. So black women aren't even I don't that's not even a thing for us. So when these career women think that, oh, black women are making more than men, no, they're not. There's not no race where the woman makes more money financially than men at all. That's just a little tidbit. I gotta get back down though.
okay. All right. So you brothers heard that. So I was corrected. All right. Nothing wrong with another brother correcting another brother. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not always right. But let's continue.
Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making.
Wouldn't the word consequences mean bad? Because she said it's not a bad option, but it comes with consequences. So would consequences be good, or would that be considered bad? You know what? I'm not the smartest dude in the world. I'm not. But I could have swore that if somebody said something about consequences, that sounds like it's going to be a bad thing. But I could be wrong, though, because you know what? Elder Slim is not the smartest dude in the bunch. He's just a colored brother from a mother and a father that's from the West Indies. Thank you, Real. I probably am right, but hey, let's go ahead and continue.
Making instead of on the back half.
All right. Okay. I heard her loud and clear. Once again, she is a friend of mine. I've known her for years. Very, very proud of her and all that she has accomplished. But we've debated from time to time. I have to say, Ebony is a bit slick here. Because there's a whole bunch of hedging that she put up in there. Okay? And she covered herself quite well. There's very, very little wiggle room to disagree with her. I have to say, she was very, very thorough in her explanation, particularly when she threw out the stats of 7-1 females to males in college, enrolled in colleges. That's a very good point. And she talked about if you so choose, the operative words there. I get it. But there, and I'm not going to put words in her mouth because Ebony is a highly intelligent woman who can express herself anytime she wants to. She knows that, and thoroughly, I might add. But I think there are some things that need to be addressed here. Number one, I'm glad she brought up women and choice because that matters. Because yes, it is absolutely true that young men usually are not looking to get married at a young age. And what's not being said is that we're strongly advised not to get married at very young age. We just gonna call it like it is, okay? We're just gonna be real about it. Men are visual creatures. We covet what we see.
Wait, he said that. Stephen A. Smith, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. Let me back up real quick because I got to make sure that you said that I got to get that in proper context because I don't think you said that correctly. So let me back up just a little bit. And let's try that again.
Thoroughly, I might add. But I think there are some things that need to be addressed here. Number one, I'm glad she brought up women and choice because that matters. Because yes, it is absolutely true that young men usually are not looking to get married at a young age. And what's not?
Okay, what you said there is correct. A lot of young black men are not looking to get married at a young age, so I agree with you on that.
Being said is that we're strongly advised not to get married at very young age. We just gonna call it like it is, okay?
Well, that I disagree with you on because a lot of older Well, I don't know about now, but I know back in, even with my parents, they would tell me that I need to get married at a young age and start a family at a young age because you got a lot of these parents that I don't know what it is, but they want grandkids so early. Why? I don't know. Now I can't say that because you already got a lot of grandparents that are in their 30s. I know I know a person that live in the same town that I live in. He is only 30. I don't know how old he is now. He was 33 when he had his first grandchild. 33. His daughter was 14. I'm sorry, she had a child at 15. She got pregnant at 14. And he became a grandfather at the age of 33 years old. He was pissed when he found out his daughter got pregnant. But let's go ahead and continue.
We're just going to be real about it. Men are visual creatures. We covet what we see. What we like in front of our eyes matters. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Some men care about ethnicity. Some men don't. Some men care about money. Some men don't. Some men care about what level of education you have. Some men don't. Okay? I know.
Listen, I don't think that Stephen A. Smith, when it comes to education, I believe that number is very, very low. I never heard a man talk about, man, I hope my woman has a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. I don't hear men saying that, especially going on dates. Men ain't talking about, man, hey baby, like we visual. We are some visual creatures. We looking at booty meat. We looking at breasts. We looking at the face. But we not over there talking about, damn, man. Golly, I bet you she have a master's degree, bruh. I'm trying to get at that, niggas. I mean, I'm sorry, not niggas. Hey, I should have said that. Brothers ain't talking like that. I'm sorry, Stephen A. Smith. And if they are, it got to be maybe like one or two. Let's continue.
I know brothers that have no desire to be with sisters, meaning black sisters. Now, obviously, I am not one of those people. I love me and my sisters. Make no mistake about it. Let's just say my track record proves that. But
I don't know about, well, you know what, Stephen A. Smith, I ain't going to mess with you. Let's continue.
I know brothers who think differently. They love the Latinas. No shame in that. Guilty as charged. Don't mind them either. But you have others that they want to go the other route, completely different. They want to be with white women. I know some of those. That's their prerogative. There's a lot of beautiful white women out there, highly accomplished, highly intellectual, highly attractive. All right, so be it. That's their flavor. We got some that I would like you to think about Megan Good, Sanaa Lathan, J. Lo.
Stephen A. Smith, why are you calling out those old bras? Those bras are over 40. What are you talking about? Now, if you're saying that maybe the brothers probably want to sleep with them, get they pole in them and, giving them strokes, yeah. They ain't talking about no marriage. What you talking about? Unless they talking about marrying them for their money. Stephen A. Smith, stop playing games, bruh. Those bras is over 40.
Beyonce. I'm talking type.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Meaning figures. Because men are visual creatures. Just get over it. It'll never change. It'll never change. Just get over it.
My fault, Stephen A. Smith. Continue.
Y'all keep thinking that when they talk about the Bible, when he told Adam, don't eat of the forbidden fruit, he was talking about fruit all y'all want to. Y'all keep thinking that. Y'all keep hold on to that belief. Knock yourself out. Okay? When they said be fruitful and multiply, you thought they were talking about eating apples and oranges too? Think, people. Stay with me. The point that I'm trying to make is, well, you got all of that going on. Everybody got their taste. I brought you up my taste. I look at Will Smith. If you look at Jada Pinkett Smith, And I think she's a very beautiful woman, here or no here. You know, I'm not making fun of her or anything. I've always thought that Jada Pinkett was a cutie, a very cute woman. Go look. I bring her up because I was just watching the old movie Low Down Dirty Shame with Keenan Ivory Wayans and her the other day because I thought that was a really funny movie. She looked like she weighed about 35 pounds. My boy Pooley would eat her, like literally take her like the character Fat Bastard in Austin Powers and The Spy Who Shagged Me and stuff like that, and eat her. She's so small. Pooley would look at her like she's a burger. She's entirely too small for him. But so are the women I like. To Pooley, my boy Pooley, again, he's going to come on this podcast, by the way. He's going to come on. Y'all think I'm lying. You ever saw Norbit, the movie Norbit? You remember the character Rasputia? That's Pooley. That's Rodney Cowan. I'm giving his first and last name. That's who he is. Now, I don't see him but once or twice a year. That's my brother. I've loved him. I've known him since I was 1 year old. Love him with all my heart. That's my brother. But let me tell you something. We can't hang out. Now, those women he like. Now, he's trying to settle down, you know, stuff like that. But you can't bring a woman under 250 in Pooley's presence. He doesn't even want to look at her.
I'm not even mad at him for that. Listen, nobody really, nobody wants no old, big, crazy woman, man. Ain't nobody got time for no overweight, obese woman, man. And by the way, America is number 2 in obesity. Mexico is number 1. Y'all can look that up. We have a big problem with obesity, and it's just sad that, and I don't care if y'all hate this or not, black women are number 1 in America when it comes to obesity. And I think black men are number 2. But you know, black women, they ain't fat, they thick. That's what they are. They call it thick. But let's continue.
Everybody got their taste. And then you have, you know, women who are educated. You got some men, I need a woman on my level. I'm rich, I need her to be rich. I'm educated, I need her to have a college degree and stuff like that. I'm a businessman, I need her to be a businesswoman. You got
Stephen A. Smith, where are you getting this stuff from? I don't hear black men saying stuff like that. It might be true, but I don't hear men saying, hey man, I'm trying to get me a woman with a college degree. I don't hear men saying that. Because, again, you're the one, you said that, and you said that we're visual creatures. I can't see no degree on a chick's booty. I can't see a master's degree on a chick's breastises. But let's continue.
You got some men that got it all, and they'd marry a bus driver. They don't give a damn. Can women say the same? I'm asking. I'm not making any accusations. I'm asking the question. Because when Ebony K. Williams says the kind of statements that she made, although she didn't flat out say it, and I'm not accusing her of even meaning it or believing it, I'm getting the impression at the very least that it's the culpability of men. Ladies, get with somebody that you know is about that. Well, you ain't gonna find dudes that's about marriage. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you why you're not gonna find you're not gonna find dudes that are about marriage. You know why you're not gonna find it? Because men are not really interested in marriage. What they're interested in is you. And because it's you, they're willing to get married. You wanna get married just to say you're married? You wanna get
Preach, Stephen A. Because women, they don't want to be married. I've already said this before, they only want the title of being a wife. They don't want the responsibilities of being a wife. They only want the title. And I advise a lot of you brothers, if y'all even think about getting married, y'all better evaluate that woman. And I'm not talking about no 6 months. Evaluate that woman for years. Because the best way to find out about how that woman will really act is if you live with her. Because if you're not living with her, you won't even know. Because women will put on different type of masks just to please you. Because most of the time they only get married to benefit them. They don't love you, brothers, like they say they do. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them do not love you. That's why you hear these women now talking about he got to match me. It has nothing to do with love. It's all about matching. If he doesn't match my income, I don't want to be with him. If he doesn't have the same degree that I have, I don't want to be with him. It's about matching. These women are not about love anymore. Let's continue.
Get married so you can have somebody home. If you have any kind of confidence in yourself as a man, it's not about marriage. It's about her. And because it's her, you're willing to say, I want you for the rest of my life. I can't even imagine being with anyone but you. When I think about who I want to sleep next to, who I want to wake up next to, who I want to cook for me, who I want to cook for, who I want to take out to the movies, who I want to take out to dinner, who I want to go on vacation with, who I don't mind opening my checkbook to take care of and to look out for and to cover and vice versa. Sweetheart, you the one. It ain't about living with you. It's about the fact that I can't live without you. That's a guy. Are y'all that way? Ebony? Are y'all that way? I'm talking to women, not to you specifically, Ebony. I'm just speaking to women. That's the question that you have to ask yourself. See, when men can be or come across as a bit chauvinistic, never an excuse to be misogynistic, but to be chauvinistic, meaning I want a woman to play this role or that role in my life. When you are a woman and you are dating a man, understand that the things that you may capitulate to, you're not capitulating to it for a man. You're capitulating to it for your man, the man you love, the man you trust, the man you want, the man you crave. That guy is the guy you're making adjustments and modifications and alterations for, dare I say. That is what y'all have to get. And when you're getting that, when you understand that it's that person that you're making that exception for, that's not just anybody. That's why I'm challenging Ebony on what she's saying. Because if your mentality is to be married when you're young, because you think your cachet dwindles as you get older, the encouragement to get into that situation when you're young, that means you're after something other than him. And the second he suspects that, he wants nothing to do with you. Because
Bam. Thank you, Stephen A. Smith. So are they really so is she, what is she promote? What is Ebony K. Williams really promoting? Because I like the way he broke that down. What are the women really looking for? Because she's telling women that they should get married early while they're in college. But for what? Because it can't be for love. Is it for love? Or is it just we match? Let's continue.
Because men with our egos, we don't want you wanting us because of something. We want you wanting us because you want us. It's something about us. It's the crust of us that you can't get enough of. That's what we want. And when we suspect that it's something other than that, we gonna bounce. We looking for the next person. We ain't got time. Who got time to be a consolation prize? Who got time? And I'm not talking about to another dude or anything like that. I'm talking about consolation prize to your ones. Well, I really like you, but I really want marriage. I really like you, but I really want a kid early. I really like you, but I really want to have this before I start my career. Well, that don't have anything to do with him.
That sounds like somebody just trying to use. If that's what it sounds like, well, I'm gonna just use him to get a child. I'm gonna use him for a status. That's it. That's all the women are doing then. If that's what Ebony, because we don't know what Ebony K. Williams means by what she said for women to get married, because by the time they turn 40, it's pretty much too late because there will be consequences. Because again, men are protectors, providers, and they want to procreate. So, what are you getting married? Why do you want to get married? Or let me phrase that: with Ebony K. Williams telling women to get married early, why? Because you're young and we get it out the way, get your kids out the way. Because then after that, oh, I already done this, so now it's time for me to go have some fun. My child is 15. I'm gonna go ahead and get a divorce because I'm bored. So what are you really getting married for? And you could already see that brothers, especially black men, they're not even trying to get married anymore. The marriage rate has went down big time. They don't want to get married. And part of the reason because they're seeing a lot of women taking men to court and they're getting paid for being married for 6, 5 years. And what does a man get by the time they done taken everything from the man? I've said this before. You got the man eating out of garbage cans. They ain't got shit to their name, and the woman is living lavishly, and she's on to the next man. And that's what a lot of women are doing. They're like praying. They're like female praying mantises. They're biting heads off and keep moving on to the next man and biting heads off. That's all they're doing. So a lot of women are not really taking marriage seriously like you think they are. We already see that the majority of divorces that are filed are by women. We can say cheating and all the other stuff, but women are really the ones that are breaking up homes, or wives that are turning themselves into ex-wives. I don't make this stuff up. You can look it up yourself. Let's continue.
He's a tool and a conduit to utilize at your discretion for as long as you need him to get what you ultimately want, when in fact, he wants to be the one you want. And you know why you can't fault a man for that? Because that's what you want him to feel about you. So it's only right. So in the end, all I'm saying is understand that. When you're encouraging some girl to get married when you're young, let's call it what it is. What if you wanted to get married, but for some reason the brother went broke? You sure you ain't gonna change your mind? What if you looked at him and you desired him in the whole bit and you wanted him and you had marriage and all of this other stuff? The visions of grandeur in your eyes and in your brain and in your heart. And dare I say, you hooked up with him and he couldn't get it done. Now, on that note, I'm definitely not talking about myself. I'm somebody else. But if that is what you encountered, where would that leave you? Still want to get married? Still want to get with a dude and commit your life to a dude, wanting marriage with a dude that couldn't do anything but tickle you, as opposed to other things? We got to be careful about what we're saying to ladies. Just a thought. My attitude is all of that stuff that Ebony just said absolutely applies. If you believe, or once you believe, you have found the man you know unequivocally that you want. That guy, without a doubt, that you know you want, everything Ebony said is absolutely correct. But that can't be preceded by youth in college, biological clocks ticking, career aspirations, and all of this other stuff. Because if that comes before knowing definitively you truly want him, he will spot it and he will cancel your ass.
Let me go ahead and translate what he basically said. All Stephen A. Smith is saying is, if it ain't for love, what's the point? Because, oh, well, my time and I'm talking to you women, oh, my time is ticking. I know that gravity's going to take place. I know that my ass ain't gonna be looking that good. My titties gonna be sagging. My face ain't gonna be looking like it did when I was 20. I might as well go ahead and get married. That's so basically all you saying is that you using them. And here's the thing. I don't have in a way I don't really have a problem with that, because then that would get women into reality, because women still think that they have time. See, men, they have time, whether you believe it or not. Because if we're 40, 45, and we want a child, or we didn't have a child, we can go ahead and find somebody that's young, and we could have a child. It doesn't work the same way with women, because your fertility clock is ticking. And then to the ones that already have kids, and then you talking about wanting to get married, and you're 40, now you talking about you want somebody else to help raise somebody else's child. Y'all, a lot of y'all women don't have it like you think you do. And the ones that got the looks, your age is still there. So y'all not winning like you think you are. And the only good thing is, the only race that would tolerate that more than any other race is Black American men. No other race is really going to tolerate the nonsense that y'all put out there. Only Black American men will tolerate this nonsense. But that's coming to a close too, because a lot of Black American men are setting their standards, they're getting their standards up, and they're not putting up with a lot of bull from a lot of you women. So it's a lot of y'all women that are just single anyway. And there are men that are actually taking their talents outside the United States. So it's a big number of Black American women that are single. And y'all losing, whether y'all believe it or not. Keep in mind, and to you brothers, y'all are the prize, whether you believe it or not. All you Black men, especially Black American men, y'all are the prize. And y'all need to stick to that. Let's continue. We're about to finish this out.
Whether it be directly by breaking up with you or indirectly by finding other places to go until he finds what he wants. Remember I said that. This your boy Stephen A. talking to you. And I can give the advice because guess what? I'm experienced enough too, and I'm old enough too. And I ain't never been married because I didn't want to get married. I was engaged twice, but I decided against it. And I will get married someday. I intend to.
I don't know about all that, Stephen A. Smith. You 55 years old, bruh. I'm not hating on you because you got millions, but I seriously doubt you want to get married. The way the world is going right now, and the women over here divorcing men at a high rate, I seriously doubt. I wouldn't even advise for you to even get married. And if you do, I would hope that you would have a prenuptial agreement ready for that woman. But brothers, that's pretty much it. I don't want to stay on here too long. Thank you very much for coming through. Y'all, I'm always gonna give out this knowledge, this advice, and this wisdom to all you brothers because we all need it. Even I needed it. And by the way, Stephen A. Smith, in my opinion, is an elder. 55 years old. He's an elder. He's been out there. So take some advice from him. But I'll continue doing this, and y'all be easy. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out.